AR versus VR. What is the future of gaming, essentially? Um, I always say it's AR or VR. I've always said it's VR, but I'm slowly being swayed with Pokemon Go and different AR type things on mobile that I think AR could be the potential future of gaming, where most people won't. I mean, most people don't have the money or the space to do AR right now. But I think in time it will become something that's very small and manageable. So I'm a little interested, but here's some facts I found. AR and VR are not the same, obviously. The terms virtual reality and augmented reality get thrown around a lot these days, thanks to a resurgence of VR headsets heralded by the Oculus Rift and the use of AR apps and games like Pokemon Go. They sound similar, and as the technologies develop, they bleed over into each other a little bit, which is why I always said VR. They're two very different concepts, though, with characteristics that readily distinguish them from one another. So, I did write a big old, I think I have like 4 pages of this stuff, so you're in for a ride. What is virtual reality? I have a couple examples. The Oculus Rift, PlayStation VR, HTC Vive. There's more, but those were the first 3 that came to mind. VR headsets completely take over your vision and give you into the impression that you're somewhere else. The HTC Vive, the Oculus Rift, and other headsets are completely oblique, blocking out your surroundings when you wear them. If you put them on and they're turned off, you might think you're blindfolded. When the headsets turn on, however, the LCD lights or LCD panels inside are refracted by the lenses to completely fill your vision with whatever's being displayed. Could be a game, a 360-degree video, or just virtual space platform interfaces. Usually, you're taken to wherever the headset wants you to go. The outside world is replaced with a virtual one. Most tethered VR headsets, like the Rift, the Vive, the PlayStation VR, and the Windows Mixed Reality headsets, use 6 degrees of freedom motion tracking. Use 6 degrees of freedom motion tracking thanks to external sensors or cameras, or outward-facing cameras. This means headsets don't just detect the direction you're facing, but any movement you make in those directions. This combined with the 6 degrees of freedom motion controllers lets you move around in a virtual space with virtual hands. This space is usually limited to a few square meters across, but it's much more immersive than just standing still and looking in different directions. The drawbacks is that if you're not careful, you could trip over anything and, damage stuff and break stuff and all kinds of stuff. Basically, VR is you put on a headset, you load whatever the hell you want to play, and you just get into it with your. I mean, they do normally come with things you can put in your hand, but essentially you are the character in VR. But that's limited to, like I was saying, you can only move so much. You can't really do too much or without knocking shit around unless you have a big open space. So VR is actually not that bad of an option when you think about it. It is really pricey. I think the Oculus Rift is still like $600, $600, which is a lot. I know the PlayStation VR is about $400, but that's with everything included and it's used. I think new is like $500, $550. But anyway, what is AR? Pokemon Go, HoloLens, RoboRaid, those are a couple examples. Whereas virtual reality replaces your vision, augmented reality adds to it. AR devices like the Microsoft HoloLenses and various enterprise-level smart glasses are transparent, letting you see everything in front of you as you're wearing a weak pair of sunglasses. The technology is designed for completely free movement while projecting images over whatever you look at. The concept extends to smartphones and the AR apps and games like Pokemon Go, which use your phone's camera to track your surroundings and overlay additional information on top of it on the screen. Excuse me. AR displays can offer something as simple as data overlay that shows the time to something as complicated as holograms floating in the middle of the room. Pokemon Go projects a Pokemon on your screen on top of whatever the camera is looking at. The HoloLenses and other smart glasses, like the mysterious Magic Leap 1, meanwhile let you virtually place floating app windows and 3D decorations around you. This technology has a distinct disadvantage compared to the virtual reality visual immersion. While VR completely covers and replaces your field of vision, AR apps only show up on your phone or tablet screen, or even your HoloLenses can only project images in a limited area in front of your eyes. It isn't very immersive when the hologram disappears once it moves out of the rectangle in the middle of your vision, or when you need to stare at a small screen while pretending that object on the screen is actually in front of you. Now, AR is starting to get a little better with this, but that's why I've never said AR should be the future of gaming, because maybe later on down the road, maybe 15 years, but in the immediate future, VR is the future of gaming. We have VR technology mastered way more than AR. It's getting there, but it's nowhere near on par with VR. VR is easily, in my opinion, the more superb one. I know Bob strongly disagrees with that, but I don't think that VR is going to stop anytime soon. I think once we master the AR technology, that it will slowly start to fade out, but there will always be a cult following that will prefer VR. I'm sure I'll jump to the AR team, but as of right now, I think VR with the headsets and everything are way more immersive, can hold your attention more, and honestly are all around better, have better content on them. But like I said, we don't have too much technology that can support AR right now. So no one's really experimenting with it and doing the most that they can with the technology that AR is. So I would give my edge to VR, but AR could, in about 10 years, if we continue to hammer at it and learn how to use it, I would see us using AR glasses, the HoloLenses, or HoloLens-esque technology way more in our normal day life. Computers could be phased out if we can master it in a small enough scale that, hey, we got HoloLenses, we don't need to talk, or we could put them on our watches, or, project stuff onto our arms where it's just a wristband and we could type on our arms and stuff like that. I could see that becoming a thing. But that's way later down the road. I honestly would say VR has the edge. Now, the difference between AR and VR, and I guess I could have saved my little rant there for after this, but hey, it is what it is. But the difference, virtual reality and augmented reality accomplish two very different things in two very different ways, despite the similar designs of the devices themselves. VR replaces reality, taking you somewhere else. AR adds to reality, projecting information on top of what you're already seeing. They're both powerful technologies that have yet to make their mark with consumers. Excuse me. I don't burp until I record, I swear. They're both powerful technologies that have yet to make their mark with consumers, but show a lot of promise. They can completely change how we use our computers in the future, but whether one or both will succeed is anyone's guess right now. Which basically goes back to my rant. Once we start mastering AR technology, I strongly think that AR is the future of the world. But for gaming in the next 5 years, VR has it locked down. If we somehow make a drastic leap in technology with AR, I could see AR maybe, but no one's experimenting with it too much outside of like mobile gaming. So I don't think the AR will have any sort of impact anytime soon. But with that being said, I don't have too much more, so in the comments below, I'm going to release one more episode. I'm going to break down this podcast into seasons. Right now we're in season 0. It's kind of like the beta episodes, working out the kinks and whatnot. Next episode will be the coming of the digital age, which is how we're slowly phasing out physical copies of things like CDs and video games and stuff like that. So that'll be the last episode for season 0, which is the beta episode, or beta season, essentially. Season 1, I might jump into lore, do kind of a couple lore episodes. Might be Fallout. Fallout will probably be the first one. And then I'll do the lore of a different couple video games, see how that goes. But I mean, the lore ones might be a little longer than a half hour. I'm trying to keep the beta ones to a half hour. But I'll probably jump in the lore. Maybe I'll do a different couple things. I am working on a couple things for season, the upcoming structure of the seasons and stuff like that. But let me know what you think. I know on Facebook it got a lot of views. It's not first episode didn't do half bad, so let's see how the second episode does. But in the comments below, leave some feedback. I'll take constructive and constructive. I don't really care. Tell me what you guys think of this podcast. I do a lot of post-production editing, so if you guys want to hear like just a raw, uncut version of the episode, I could do that. I do take a lot of vocal pauses, just forewarning you of that. But let me know what you think. Like, subscribe on Podbean. We are on Podbean. That's our primary one. Leave a review on iTunes. I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to say about this podcast, Bridging the Geekdoms. Anything that we do, honestly, leave us a review on iTunes. Listen to us on iTunes at Bridging the Geekdoms. Follow us on Podbean. Come to the group on Facebook. It's Bridging the Geekdoms. Do like the page on Facebook. We do have a page. We don't really upload on the page. It's mostly just a podcast. Do find us on Instagram at Bridging the Geekdoms. Don't quote me on that. It's at something like that. You'll see the banner. Follow us on Twitter. Do check out Deej over at Nerdtalkalypse. He does have a guest on this. I think it may be this week's. I'm not sure. This week's episode of Fandom Vibe. I think his name's Josh. Was at San Diego Comic-Con, so he does have a first-hand guest who was there at San Diego Comic-Con to give some in-look to that. Check us out. Yeah. Teespring. We do have merchandise on Teespring. So do please check us out there. Any support's welcomed. If you want to be a guest on any of the shows, hit us up. You can email us. You can just message us. You can just talk to me in person. I don't look like an approachable person, but you could talk to me. I'm okay. But with that said, thanks for checking us out. Make sure you like us, subscribe, follow us like I just said, and I see you guys in the next episode.
What's going on, guys? Did you enjoy this video? If you did, make sure you smash that like button. And for more, hit subscribe with that little notification bell. That way, you'll be notified every time a new episode drops. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all later. What's going on, guys? Did you enjoy this video? If you did, make sure you smash that like button. And for more, hit subscribe with that little notification bell. That way, you'll be notified every time a new episode drops. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all later.